good morning, everybody. Happy Monday to you. I'm Rob Evans. Welcome to Daybreak Plus. We're breaking down all the news you may have missed overnight and digging deep into what matters to you. An attempt to ban all THC products is one step closer to becoming law in Texas. The Senate passed SB 3 late last night. If Governor Greg Abbott signs the bill, the law kicks in September. Non-psychoactive products like CBD and CBG would still be legal, but sellers would face stricter rules on age limits, on packaging, and school zone sales. Now, Governor Abbott has not said whether he plans to approve it. Also happening in the Senate, take a listen.
There being 82 ayes, 46 nays, Senate Bill 10 is finally passed.
Senate Bill 10, a bill that puts the 10 commandments in every public school classroom closer to becoming law. So SB 10 passed in the House yesterday. Lawmakers did clarify the state would be responsible for legal fees if a school district were to be sued over the policy. That amendment sends the bill back to the Senate now for final approval. And House lawmakers will hold a final vote today on Senate Bill 3070, which would move the Texas lottery under a different state agency. Now, this bill would move the lottery to the Texas Department of Licensing and Regulation. The bill also includes new restrictions on how players can buy tickets. If it passes, the Senate must still approve the House changes before the legislative session ends, which is coming up quick here, June the 2nd. And the Texas House also passed a bill requiring some Texas sheriffs to help federal agents enforce immigration. This is Senate Bill 8, and it would force sheriffs in counties with 100,000 or more people to work with ICE through this new program called 287G. The now voluntary program lets ICE train and deputize certain law enforcement officers. This bill also lets the Texas Attorney General sue sheriffs who don't comply. Opponents like David Shinkinchan worry the bill would hurt everyone's safety because they believe fewer people would report crimes or help police. Take a listen.
Because in immigrant communities, they'll be afraid that now their local law enforcement, instead of working to serve and protect their communities, will be working to separate families in our neighborhoods.
Now, supporters say SB 8 aims to standardize immigration enforcement cooperation. The bill would also create a state-run grant program to help cover the costs in counties with under 1 million people. And today, of course, is Memorial Day. Governor Greg Abbott is honoring service members who died in the line of duty. He spoke during a Memorial Day ceremony on the House floor. Take a listen.
The legacy of these extraordinary heroes lives on because they served for a cause far greater than themselves. They served for the cause of liberty.
Now, the governor also honored 3 fallen Texas service members who died this past year. 7:04 this morning, President Donald Trump agreed to delay 50% tariffs on the European Union after what he called a constructive call with the European Commission president. ABC's Nicole D'Antonio has the details from Washington.
This morning, a shift in President Trump's trade war. President Trump announcing he will delay his proposed 50% tariff on imports from the European Union, one of America's biggest trading partners. The tariffs were set to begin this Sunday, but President Trump announcing on social media he extended the start date until July 9th after speaking with the head of the European Commission.
She just called me, as you know, and she asked for an extension on the June 1st date. And she said she wants to get down to serious negotiation.
Meanwhile, President Trump also criticizing Russian President Vladimir Putin after a massive Russian attack on Ukraine. Over the weekend, Russia launched its most intense aerial attacks on Ukraine in more than a year, including hundreds of missiles, killing at least 18 people and injuring more.
I'm not happy with what Putin's doing. He's killing a lot of people, and I don't know what the hell happened to Putin. We're in the middle of talking, and he's shooting rockets into Kiev and other cities. I don't like it at all. Something happened to this guy, and I don't like it.
On social media last night, Trump saying to Putin, quote, I've always said that he wants all of Ukraine, not just a piece of it, and maybe that's proving to be right. But if he does, it will lead to the downfall of Russia. The president also criticized Ukrainian President Zelensky for his comments on the war, saying, quote, "Everything out of his mouth causes problems. I don't like it, and it better stop." Zelensky has condemned what he says is the silence of America, calling for new sanctions and additional pressure on Russia to agree to a ceasefire. Nicole D'Antonio, ABC News, Washington.
It's 7:06 right now. Let's get a look at weather and traffic. Casey, a lot of people going to be on the water today. What are they expecting?
Yeah, we are going to be tracking thunderstorms returning today. So I know it's been kind of nice to start this holiday weekend. We were mainly dry Saturday and Sunday. That changes today. We've already been tracking some thunderstorms up across Boerne County. A lot of lightning with these, along with some heavy downpours. Nothing severe just yet. This is all kind of a part of this line that's been slowly working its way southward. Thankfully, it has been weakening as it's moved its way southward, so we like to see that trend. But we could be watching for a few of these eventually entering into at least Williamson County, along with Milam County as we head into the next about 2 to 3 hours. In fact, our short-range computer model is showing that as we take a loop of the next 3 hours, that progression southward, again in Williamson to Milam County, but kind of fizzling out as it tries to work its way much farther south. This will be likely our first round out of 2 rounds of storms that we'll see here as we head over about the next 12 hours. That first one mainly impacting our northern zones, but I do anticipate a second round that'll try to redevelop by late today into this evening, perhaps as late as tonight, and that will be impacting more of our southern zones. There is that severe weather outlook for today. Level 2 out of 5 risk extending down through the good majority of the KVUE viewing area, where we will have to watch out for some scattered strong severe thunderstorms for today. Out the door right now, many of us just waking up to a cloudy sky. This is a look out across Round Rock at the moment as we start this Memorial Day. 80 degrees, Austin Airport along with Camp Mabry. Those winds currently out of the south at around 6 miles per hour. We're warm and we are humid as we start this Memorial Day. First round of showers and storms mainly impacts those northern zones. It'll be falling apart as it tries to work its way farther south. I do think we'll have time to kind of see the atmosphere recharge a bit by the afternoon, so that will produce another round of showers and storms later on today. Now we have some forecast models that it kind of takes a little bit of extra time. It's not until this evening and tonight that we see that round of storms. This particular model shows a little bit earlier. We're talking about around the dinner time hour, 5, 6, 7 o'clock. So just keep that in mind. Today, I know it's a big day to be outside, enjoying the unofficial start of summertime. A lot of people heading to those area lakes, backyard barbecues. Just be mindful of the fact that we will be tracking the potential seeing some storms as could be as early as about mid-afternoon until as late as tonight. And some of these could be packing some hail, some damaging winds, some very heavy rain with additional spotty showers and storms possible even once the sun sets. Large hail will be our main risk with these. Could see some of those damaging wind gusts and flooding. Our tornado threat, it's not completely zero, so we'll have to watch out for that as well. As for tomorrow, we're heading back to work, kids heading back to school, and we should be a little bit quieter. The morning should be off to a quieter start, where we will be looking at more sunshine back with us. A couple spotty showers and storms will take us into the morning, with then eventually possibly another stronger round of storms developing by the afternoon and rather evening and overnight hours of Tuesday. Wednesday again featuring more spotty showers and storms as this active pattern continues, and more rounds of severe weather will at least be a possibility through about Wednesday. Rain chance wise though, we'll continue with those daily rounds of storms possible at least through Thursday, which should at least keep our temperatures down a little bit compared to what they have been. Today's highs, in fact, some of us not even breaking into the 90s for those northern zones. Elsewhere, look for those lower 90s for this afternoon. Tomorrow, high of 90 degrees, right at that seasonal average for this time of year, and then we drop into the 80s for highs. Should be a nice little cool down for Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday with those daily rounds of showers and storms possible. And then we dry things out just in time for the upcoming weekend with lowering rain chances into Sunday. And checking outside, a check in on your traffic. We've been pretty smooth sailing so far for this morning. I will say we do have a road closure to talk about, and this is going to be thanks to the triathlon. This is happening from now through 3 p.m. All these areas in red here for the downtown area are going to be impacted. So if you normally take Cesar Chavez Street up towards Congress Avenue up towards 11th, that's where we have that road closure at the moment. So just be mindful of that. Also that stretch of Lamar, South Lamar are also going to see road closures too. So you'll have to find another way to kind of work around that for today. If you do normally travel through those spots, just kind of take those roundabout areas and avoid the downtown area thanks to that triathlon. Elsewhere though, look at all the green that we have. Smooth sailing if you're traveling southbound from Round Rock, Georgetown towards downtown. A lot of green on the map as anticipated today being a holiday. A lot of people at least have the day off. Buda, where we normally see some big time trouble spots around this time, traveling northbound, looking green as well, along with if you're coming in from those eastern areas, traveling westbound along 290 and coming in from the hill country too. All good to go at the moment.
All right, Casey, thank you very much. The sales tax holiday is still going on. This is for water efficient products this time. Items that conserve or retain groundwater are tax-free. What are we talking about? Well, things like mulch, soil, compost, plants, trees, rain barrels. The tax exemption includes in-store and online purchases, but you only have until midnight tonight to get on out there and save some water. Well, now to a big old surprise on a little Texas stage. A kindergartner at a graduation getting the best gift that any kid can get. It's amazing. ABC's Lindsay Davis has the heartwarming reunion from Boerne.
It was a big day for these students at Herff Elementary School in Boerne, Texas last week. On their way to first grade after graduating from kindergarten. A bit bittersweet for 6-year-old Lorelei Howard, who's been missing her dad all year. Her father, Staff Sergeant Darius Howard, has been deployed since June on a combat mission in the Middle East. And she thought he was still overseas, missing her big day. But little did she know.
She has no idea I'm here, and it's been super hard for me to be able to not run across town and say, Daddy's here, and be able to scoop her up and hold her.
Lorelei Howard. When her name was called to go up, they played this video message from her dad.
I am super excited. I am so glad that you are able to accomplish everything that you do.
And then this 6-year-old received the surprise of her life. Lorelei jumping into her dad's arms. An embrace nearly a year in the making.
It's been a long time coming. Very long time coming.
Oh, I love it. Love to see that. Welcome back, sir. Appreciate everything that you do. Well, this May, a whole new generation of graduates has been hearing similar words of advice from luminaries of today. Celebrities have been giving their sage advice to our future leaders of the world, and also a familiar face. ABC's Danny New has that story.
Maybe I could get you all to sing along with me?
When it's mid to late May, you know what that means. It's commencement season. Across the country, thousands of graduates are once again being sent into adulthood by a famous person or frog.
Lovers, the dreamers.
As Kermit recently led a sing-along of the Rainbow Connection with seniors at Jim Henson's alma mater, the University of Maryland.
I really want to highly recommend just frigging go for it.
Meanwhile, in Boston, Emmy winner Jennifer Coolidge told her now fellow Emerson College alums to pursue their dreams.
I am so proud of you.
And another Emerson grad, Henry Winkler, appeared to get emotional as he commended the 2025 class at Georgetown University.
Does a diploma still matter? Yes.
In Atlanta, at Emory University, hometown hero Usher.
But it's not the paper that gives the power, it's you.
Stressed the importance of a degree in an era where, as he put it, credentials can feel overshadowed by clicks.
That makes you a Colorado superhero.
And in Boulder, Colorado, a few days ago, a much worse dancer than Usher gave a commencement address at the Temple Grandin School. The school is designed for neurodivergent students, and you might recognize one of its graduates.
You can pet her, though.
Okay. This is Copeland LaBerge, whom I've profiled a few times about his nonprofit, Greta's Hamster Rescue, that has helped get hundreds of hamsters adopted.
We would not be anywhere near where we are without you, so thank you for that.
With Copeland graduating and now heading to a veterinary program at Purdue.
And I suddenly saw a 14-year-old sitting in a t-shirt that said, I am a hamster.
I was invited to come address their students and families. Like the many celebrities you just heard from, I too stress the importance of following your passion.
You have no idea where following the cosmic guidance known as genuine intrigue can take you.
I ended that speech with my favorite quote from Kurt Vonnegut, quote, "The truth is we know so little about life, we don't really know what the good news is and what the bad news is," which I see now is an incredible quote to say during a newscast. In New York, for ABC News, I'm Danny New.
Yeah, all we know for sure is that we don't know anything for sure, right? All right, Danny, thank you much. Well, a healthy diet means eating plenty of fruits, vegetables, and proteins, but those foods can sometimes contain pesticides, hormones, and other chemicals, right? Consumer Reports revealing some simple steps to detox your diet and reduce your family's exposure to harmful substances. Here's Brian Mays.
Let's head to the store to find the healthiest and safest options to put in your grocery cart. First stop, the produce section. This is where it pays to be picky. The best way to avoid pesticides? Choose organic fruits and vegetables. Look for the USDA organic seal. It means the food meets strict government standards.
A heads up here, labels like natural and pesticide-free aren't regulated, and they don't have consistent meanings. So you might want to do a little bit more research on a company to find out more about its products.
Moving on to the meat and poultry section. If you can, try to buy organic here, too. The animals are raised on certified organic feed, which is produced without prohibited pesticides or animal byproducts, and they can't be given antibiotics or hormones. When it comes to seafood, wild caught is your best bet. Unlike farm-raised fish, it's not exposed to waters treated with added chemicals. If you buy farmed seafood, look for products from the U.S. These farms tend to follow stricter regulations. And just be aware, the term sustainably farmed sounds good, but it has no legal definition and doesn't guarantee a chemical-free product.
Mercury is another concern in seafood, especially in tuna. Consumer Reports tests have found that on average, in canned tuna, skipjack and light varieties have lower levels of mercury than albacore.
If you buy meat from your local butcher or farmer's market, ask a few questions about how the animals were raised. It's a great opportunity to learn about how the food you're eating is produced. I'm Brian Mays.
Now, the National Sustainable Agriculture Coalition created a great guide for connecting you with the local producers. You can find it on our website. And a man who went viral for quitting his job, setting sail to Hawaii, this guy right here with his cat, he has finally returned to land after a serious health scare. Oliver Widger left his corporate job. He sold everything he owned. He set sail for Hawaii from Oregon with his cat Phoenix, and a 29-year-old taught himself how to sail on YouTube. He had no idea how to do it. He bought this 33-foot boat, which sounds 33 is big, but not on the ocean, it's not. And he documented the 24-day journey on social media. Take a look at some of it.
We have seen whales, big whales. Couldn't tell you what kind, but they were whales.
I love it. I've been following this guy too. His account, Sailing with Phoenix, now has 3 million followers. And after 24 days at sea, he arrived in Hawaii over the weekend to this hero's welcome. Take a listen.
This is absolutely nuts. Yeah, because I'm like totally not this, I don't know, just awkward.
Whatever your dream is, just go, just do it. It is possible. You'll surprise yourself at every single step of the way.
Widger says he may head to French Polynesia yet next, but for now he's taking a break on land. Hawaii to French Polynesia, that is a while. And we leave you this morning with something to talk about. The winner of one of the most riveting speed races of the year, none other than Slaw Dog. Friday, 6 Oscar Mayer Wienermobiles raced around the Indianapolis Motor Speedway to win the Weenie 500. Look at the packed crowd there. Slaw Dog made a dramatic pass right at the finish line to take home the Borg Wiener Trophy. The margin was about a half of a bun. Good to see those Wiener Dogs are okay after that tough race there. Hey, that's it for Daybreak Plus. Let us know what you want to talk about. Message us at 512-459-9442. You can also message me on social medias if you'd like at Rob Evans TV. That's at Rob Evans TV. Instagram, Facebook, or X. Stick around because Daybreak continues right here on KVUE Plus. Goodbye, everybody.